And now, welcome to 7 Questions with Emmy.
Brought to you by Steel Lake Specialty, where expertise meets compassion. Hey guys, welcome back to 7 Questions with Emmy. Today I'm super excited to be chatting with someone who has done it all. John Tesh is an award-winning composer, broadcaster, musician, and journalist. What does he not do? He recently released a brand new album, Sports, and I'm happy to be talking with him today. Thank you so much for being here, John.
Thanks, Emmy. It's great to be here.
Okay, are you ready to get started with the questions now?
Well, I'm a little nervous because I've seen some of your other interviews, and I know you're a hard-hitting reporter. So if I start sweating, then we're gonna have to stop, and I'll have to wipe off the sweat and stuff. I have a 13-year-old granddaughter, and oops, and she has tough questions, and so yes, I'm ready.
Well,
I'll just
hopefully
answer your
these
question
won't
like
be
that. I'm
too
ready. I'm ready.
tough. Okay,
Okay.
so you've done so many things like news, TV, music, radio. How did you end up trying all of that?
I think that a place called Long Island, which is right near New York City, school, so elementary school, and also my high school. But my mom, who used to be a nurse, really wanted us kids, me and my two very older sisters. They're 11 years and 10 years older than me.
Wow.
She wanted us all to be musicians, and so I picked piano and trumpet, and then my sisters picked cello and piano. And so when I was 6, if you can imagine, I couldn't go outside and play with the rest of the kids
Mhm.
unless I played for like 2 hours and played the
Wow.
scales and stuff like that. So I really started as a musician, but then when I went to college, I took a course in radio and television. I thought, wow, probably the same feeling you had, right, when you first started doing this. I said,
Yeah.
this is a great way to communicate with people. So I was doing them at the same time, but my real love has been making music and playing on stage. But I don't know if you've ever had this feeling before, but when I was a kid, when I was 10, I used to play in these recitals that my piano teacher would make me do, and I had something called stage fright, and so I would get like halfway through a song and I couldn't remember the rest of the song, and so I would start over, and then I couldn't remember, and I would always panic, and so I stopped playing piano for a long time
Mhm.
until I talked to somebody who gave me some tips on how to not be afraid while I was playing. Have you ever had stage fright before? Have you ever had that feeling?
Yes, I do plays, and so yeah, I understand exactly how you feel. Yeah,
Oh, you do?
and
What do you do musicals?
yeah, I do. I'm actually in one right now. I'm in School of Rock.
And why are you wasting time with me? You should
Oh,
be resting.
well, you're worth it.
Oh, that now you are now you are embarrassing me. So what character are you playing in School of Rock?
I'm Summer.
Your Summer.
Yeah,
Okay. Can you sing me
she's.
just a little bit
Oh,
of what Summer does?
well, I just woke up. I don't know. Also, how about we just send you a video of the show? That's.
Okay.
So you have previously composed music for Olympic Games and now have released the album Sports, focusing on the emotions involved with watching and playing sports. What is it about sports that creates these strong emotions in you and others?
It's a great question, Emmy. And I think the reason is that when I ended up being a sportscaster starting back in 1982. And so I was assigned to cover events like the World Cup downhill skiing, where they ski 50, 60, 70 miles an hour, and also the Tour de France, where they go at that same speed on a bicycle, and then figure skating and gymnastics. And just the commitment of the athletes, right? And then the movements, and then the just the drive that these athletes have to win, or just to even just compete at their highest level. I I I always thought that that could be matched with music,
Yeah.
and so I started writing music for those events, like themes, and it was always something like really big and what we call bombastic. So it'd be like bum, ba, dum, this is the Tour de France, dum, bum, ba, da, 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 ba, da, da, stuff like that. And Michael Bublé would laugh at me. Uh, so I loved that big sound and the big music, that really, I guess you would say, it illustrated what was coming up next, whether it was the Tour de France or whether it was or something like even football or basketball.
So you talk a lot about your faith. How does believing in God help you when life gets tough?
Well, I grew up in the church. My parents both worked in the Methodist church, and so I played the organ in my church on Long Island, and I also played a thing called the baritone horn. And I played the baritone horn because I started out as a trumpet player, where the mouthpiece is really small. But then I got braces, and so I needed a mouthpiece that would fit around the braces like
Oh,
that. And so I played baritone horn until they took my braces off. Now, back in the day, braces were really big, and now they've got stuff like what's it called? It's called Invisalign, that kind of stuff.
yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
got my braces on Monday, but I did not this I don't know. I trust myself with it, but I think Invisalign, I don't know. I would be too worried if I got it lost or something. And that you have the option to just go and then yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I started playing music in the church, and then when I went to college, I was so busy that I didn't go to church anymore, which was sad for me. But then I met my wife. My wife's name is Connie Selica, and she's an actress, and the two of us have been together for 34 years.
Wow.
And she said, "Well, you might like to come to my church," and so. I said, since I really liked her, I said, okay, I'll go to your church. So I went to church again, and it was a tiny church. There were only like 100 people there,
Wow.
and the other church had like 500. And so I really enjoyed it because it was like a Bible study, and I really started to learn more about what God said, about my future, about healing, and about respect for others. And that really came in handy for me because in 2015, which was 10 years ago, I went into a doctor's office and for like a regular exam, and they told me that I had cancer.
Oh.
And it was our whole family was like, "Wait, what? How did this happen?" They told me I only had, less than 2 years to live. And so our whole family got together, and we worked with the doctors, but most of all, we figured out which prayers that we wanted to pray for my healing and for my future. We developed a deeper faith, and that faith really helped me get through it. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here talking to you. So, faith is a very important part of my life.
How are you doing now? How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm good. I mean, how do I look? I mean,
Good. Good.
thank you.
So you've run marathons and covered huge sports events. What song on your new album do you relate to the most?
Well, my wife's favorite song is it's called Mile 18, and it's more of a relaxing song. But I would say that my favorite song on the record is something called Chasing Gold. It's the first song on the record. It's a very powerful song. If you wanted to ride your bike, or if you wanted to run or exercise, or your parents wanted to ride the Peloton or whatever, this would be a good song for them because there's a lot of different movements in it, and it was originally written for the Tour de France bike race. So that's one of my favorites.
Round Ball Rock was the NBA theme song for NBC for years, and now it's coming back to basketball on NBC. How does it feel to have made something people still love after all this time?
Emmy, it's the craziest thing because boy, in 1990, I was an announcer and a composer for the Tour de France for NBC, and I found out that NBC was looking for a new music theme for their basketball coverage, the NBA. And so I thought, oh my gosh, what would this sound like? And I woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I had this idea in my head, but I knew that if I didn't write down the idea, or if I didn't play it or somehow record it, that it would be gone. I'd wake up in the next morning.
Yeah.
You know how you have a dream, and then the next day you're like, "Oh, I can't remember what I dreamt about." Well, I was dreaming about a song, and so at 2 o'clock in the morning, I called my answering machine back in the United States. Now, a lot of people don't know what answering machines are. You might know, but it's just this machine, not like sort of like an iPhone, but it's a machine. and it would pick up your messages. And so I called the machine, and I said, my machine answered, "This is John. There's nobody home right now. Please leave a message at the tone." And so it left a tone, and I said, "Okay, John, this is John." And I said, "Here's an idea for the NBA basketball theme for NBC." So I sang the theme that I had in my head into the phone, and it was like, and I did that. And then 2 weeks later, I flew back to the United States, picked up my messages, and there it was. And I said, "Wow, this might be something." And so I put the answering machine on top of my piano. I played the message, and I figured out what the chords were and everything. And I played it. I recorded it. I got some of my friends who played violin and cello and trumpet and baritone horn to play it with me. And I sent it to NBC, and they said, "John, this sounds great. Why don't we just use this?" So it's not always that simple, but it was for that song. And now NBC has the coverage of basketball coming back, and so they're going to use the theme again. And it's really fun to see how other people have learned how to play it. So some people have learned to play it. I know there's people who learn how to play it on flute. They play it on the piano. They play it on Casio. There's a kid who plays it on his nose. And
That's so crazy.
so I won't ask you to do that,
Yeah.
but that's how that's because it became so popular.
A second ago, when you started like singing the tune of it, my dad started dancing. So that's how you know it's catchy and a good song. I live in Idaho. Have you ever been here? And what is your favorite way to have a potato?
I was just in Idaho. I was in Idaho because my son married a wonderful young lady, and I said, and they gave me three grandchildren, two girls and a boy. And I did something. They invited me to come do. I don't know if you ever done this. It's called the Hiawatha Trail, and it is it's a bike ride through 9 different tunnels, and it was crazy. First of all, my wife Connie is a little claustrophobic. She does not like tunnels,
Um,
and we wasn't sure if she was going to be able to do it, but she loved it. But right in the middle, it's only what is it, like 15 miles or something like that. But right in the middle of the ride, right there in Idaho, it started raining. So it was pouring rain. So we're just soaked and we're riding through all the mud and
Oh
everything. But
my.
it was great. And my son and his wife, they got married in Coeur d'Alene. You know
That's
Coeur
so
d'Alene, right?
fun. Yeah, I do. Okay, and then this is the last question. Can you share a piece of advice with me or our viewers just about like anything?
Yeah, understand that the true nature of God is health and healing, and the true nature of God is that not only does He want you well, but He wants you to succeed. And so I don't think that's advice that you that you haven't already heard, because I know how successful you are, and I know how much your parents love you. But that's really what I think about every morning when I wake up and realize that 10 years ago, the doctor said I probably wasn't going to be alive for very much longer. I wake up and my wife and I pray together. We just thank God for taking care of me. And so I think that just finding a way every day to be grateful is it's a superpower, and it can be your superpower really, really easily. Okay, if that was the last question, then I want to know more about School of Rock, and
Well,
I want just a little bit, okay?
like the plot or I don't
No,
know.
no, you gotta have to sing something.
Well, I don't know what to do. I just woke up though, so it's
Oh, you did. Oh, you haven't even warmed up yet.
mm-mm. No.
Okay, all right. Okay, so you're playing Summer in the musical, yes?
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
She's like the
Okay. And
bossy
I
bandman.
have one more. I have one more question.
Okay.
Summer is the bossy character.
Yeah, she's like the boss pretty. Well, I don't know. She's like the band manager. Have you watched School of Rock? Yeah.
I
Yeah.
haven't seen it yet. No,
Oh well.
but I've seen Hamilton. Have you guys done Hamilton yet?
Oh yes. I haven't like been in it, but I love Hamilton. I've watched it
Oh,
many
yeah,
times.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
love
So if you've
theater.
watched Ham, if you've watched Hamilton, then you know how to rap, right?
Well, it's a work in progress. We'll just say that.
Oh my gosh, you're good at avoiding stuff. It's perfect. So it's I'll do the beatbox and then you can rap. So
Okay, how about next time that you come to Idaho, then we can like do it. Make a music
okay,
video.
okay,
Okay?
okay. And by the way, I like baked potatoes with
Okay,
everything on them.
good. Good. I do too. So yeah, I forgot to add that question in.
No, you asked me. You
Oh,
asked
I
me, but
did.
I
Oh,
did my thing where I just went crazy and started answering all kinds of stuff.
oh, good. Well, thank you so much for talking with me today. And for viewers
Emmy, is my
watching,
pleasure.
oh,
I hope to meet you soon on the high. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say for viewers watching, go listen to John's new album, Sports.
Oh, thank you for that. That's awesome. And you and I, after too long, we're going to ride the Hiawatha Trail together.
Yep, perfect. And it well, and eat baked
Okay.
potatoes and make sure it doesn't rain.
I will make sure it doesn't rain.
We can like
All right,
make the
Emmy.
music video while we bite. It'll be perfect.
This is a great idea. Yeah. All right. Thanks, Emmy. This was
Thank
great
you.
fun for me. Bye bye.
Bye. 7 Questions with Emmy, brought to you by Steel Lake Specialty, where expertise meets compassion.